It'll go live immediately. I have it lit up here, but it's not.
Yeah, it's blink, blink, blink. right, we will call to order the meeting of the Alcohol License Review Committee for the City of Madison for Wednesday, August 19th. We are going to hear from Mr. Verbeek. You do your script first, and then we'll do the roll call.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to read a little script about how we'll proceed, and then we'll do a roll call.
All right, welcome to our hybrid meeting. Participants in the room, please do not join the meeting in Zoom. Virtual participants, if you lose connection at any point during the meeting, you can reconnect by clicking the link or calling the number in your original email. Members attending virtually, if you are able, please activate your video for purposes of quorum and keep it on for the duration of the meeting. Staff, if you are able, please activate your video when you are speaking. Members of the committee, when you wish to speak, ask questions, or request a roll call vote, please push the person button on your microphone or raise your hand virtually. Those in the room will have their microphone turned on when they are recognized to speak. Those attending virtually can unmute themselves when recognized. When you are finished, all should mute themselves. Members of the public who have registered to speak. Those appearing virtually, the name you entered in Zoom must match the name you entered in registration. You will remain muted until called upon. If you are here in person, when you are called to speak, approach one of the two podiums on either side of the dais and you will be recognized. For all registrants, the clerk will tell you when your time is up. After all public speakers, a member of the body may ask you a question. If you need to share documentation with the committee, please send it to the email listed on today's agenda. Thanks. Chair, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Mr. Verbeek. We are going to move to the roll call. First, we'll give information. Notice that two people have been excused for the evening, Ms. Clemens as well as Ms. Farley. But with that, if you could call the roll.
Sure. Alder Glenn?
Present.
Alder Glenn is here. Alder Verveer?
Here.
Alder Verveer is here. Alder Farrell Cole?
Here.
Alder Farrell Cole is here. Ms. Harrington?
Here.
Ms. Harrington is here. Ms. Farley's excused. Ms. Westra?
Here.
Ms. Westra is here. Ms. Clemens is excused. And that is it.
All right, great, thank you. We are going to the consent agenda now. We have a list of items on that, items 2 through 11, as well as item 23.
I think we need to approve the minutes first.
Oh, yep, sorry, skipped over that. We need to approve the minutes from last month's meeting. Those were in our packets. Committee members, any questions, comments on those? Otherwise, we would take a motion. All right, thank you. Moved by Ms. Westra, seconded by Alder Figueroa Cole. And unless there's anything further on that, is there any objection to recording a unanimous consent to approve the minutes? All right, those are approved. Now, were there any public comment?
I do not have any registrants for general public comment.
All right, thank you. Now, we go to the consent agenda. I was getting so far ahead of myself. Oh, wait, disclosures and recusals. Not starting out very smoothly here. All right, any members of the body have a disclosure or recusal?
I need to recuse myself from items number 16 and number 17.
Excellent. Thank you, and so noted.
Do we have?
We have quorum, yeah. Okay, now we can really get to that item I've been so enthusiastic about getting to, the consent agenda. Have there been any new registrants on any of those items? To repeat again, items 2 through 11 or 23, or does any member of the body wish to separate any of those items?
I have no one registered in opposition to any of those items.
All right, and I'm not seeing any member of the body who wants anything separate. All right, all right.
I was just going to move approval of the consent agenda.
Well, I like that.
Second.
All right, excellent, thank you. And would you like to do a light reading of those, Mr. Verbeek?
Yep. All right, so the proposed consent agenda for ALRC meeting August 19, 2026, recommend to council to grant Item 2, temporary Class B retailer license concurrent with street use permit, Marquette Neighborhood Association. The event is Orton Park Festival. Item 3, change of agent for Madison Labor Temple Association. So change of agents, items 3, 4, and 5. Entity reorganization, items 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And a request to extend license issuance beyond the 180-day limit under MGO 38.05, item 23.
All right, excellent.
And I will say, so there actually should be a little correction here. So item 2 is not really a recommendation to grant because based on the timing of this event, council has already approved this one, contingent upon the ALRC approving this. So this would just be a granting of the permit.
Super. Thanks for that clarification. All right, we have a motion to grant these and a second. We don't do discussion on consent agenda, all right? You've done your reading, so is there any objection to recording a unanimous consent vote on the consent agenda?
Do we get a mover and a seconder on this?
Ms. Westra and seconded by Alder Figueroa Cole.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, those items are granted. They will move to the City Council meeting of September 8th. So if any of the registrants here this evening, if any of these are your items, you're free to continue with us this evening. Otherwise, we're done with your materials tonight.
And I can do the full reading of it then.
Yes.
So the past consent agenda for ALRC meeting August 19th, 2026, granting of the item number 2, temporary Class B retail license concurrent with street use permit, Marquette Neighborhood Association. The event is Orton Park Festival. Recommended council to grant. Item 3, change of agent, Madison Labor Temple Association. Item 4, change of agent, Wisconsin CVS Pharmacy LLC. Item 5, change of agent, Walgreen Co. Item 6, entity reorganization, the Cheesecake Factory Restaurants, Inc. Item 7, entity reorganization, Whole Food Market Group, Inc. Item 8, entity reorganization, Walgreen Co. at 606 South Whitney Way. Item 9, entity reorganization, Walgreen Co. 7810 Mineral Point Road. Item 10, entity reorganization, Walgreen Co. 3710 East Washington Avenue. Item 11, entity reorganization, Walgreen Co. 8302 Old Sauk Road. And item number 23, request to extend license issuance beyond the 180-day limit under MGO 38.05 for Amigo Moderno LLC.
Super. Thank you for that. All right, now we are on to change of license conditions. This would be item number 12. And this is Luna's Groceries LLC, doing business as Luna's Groceries at 2010 Red Arrow Trail. Do we have registrants on this?
Yes, I have 2 registrants. I have Miriam Nunez and in support wishing to speak, and Bob Haig, who's in support not wishing to speak.
All right. All right, Miriam, are you over here in our gallery or is she online? It's a little bit hard for me to tell.
I'm online.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let me see. I'm a little, let me see if I can get the camera on. Can you guys see me or no?
We don't have the camera on for participants, just the members of the staff.
Right.
Oh, so that defeated my point because I was gonna show you what I want to change
Okay.
on my license. So right now I'm selling beers, specialty beers that I call caguamas, and each beer is 32 ounces. Well, I have 2 big sizes. One is 32 ounces, the other one is 24 ounces. Because of the condition that I have in my license, instead of people able to buy 1 beer for 32 ounces, they are not forced, but like I'm required to sell 64 ounces of beer, so sell 2 beers together. Same thing with the 24 ounces, I'm required to sell 48 ounces. That is, I have to explain to every customer why they have to buy more than 1 beer. That is because it's like license required. And I I just like I understand why the rule is in place, but because of the type of beer that I'm selling, I'm requiring to people to buy more alcohol at the time. So I would like to change the rule, and it would be great if it's like at least 24 ounces. So that doesn't include like individual bottles, but it makes sense for the beers that are in a larger container. Do you guys understood everything that I explained?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. I imagine one of our members of our body in particular may want to speak further on this. So I'm waiting to see. Yes, thank you, Alder Figueroa Cole.
Thank you. So I don't know if the police captain is on the line or not, but we had a discussion about this particular topic. We do have concerns on removing conditions that allows for individual single beer sales. So with the help of Attorney Selvey, she proposed a change to the condition. I sent that to Jim to share with the group, if you can, please. Thank you. It's kind of long, so I will read it. I pass this on to the applicant for their consideration. So I'm just going to put it into the record by reading it. So instead of the current condition that will be replaced, this will allow to sell those craft beers that come on those bigger sizes as individual, but still control the sale of individual cans of beer. So, and again, we have applied this condition to other premises, but Attorney Selvey added a little bit more content at the end. So it goes like this, and it's kind of long. The establishment should not sell, dispense, or give away fermented malt beverages in the original container in amounts less than the amount contained in a 6-pack of 12-ounce bottles or cans. This is only applicable to fermented malt beverages which fall into the following categories of brands: domestic premium, domestic sub-premium, which includes value and economy brands, malt liquor, and similarly situated imported brands that are low ABV, alcohol by volume, adjunct lagers or pilsners designed to compete directly for the domestic premium, domestic sub-premium, which includes value and economic brands, and malt liquor product market share. For example, Bud Light, Miller Lite, Corona, Modelo, Heineken, etc. So this will allow the sale of those craft beers, which Luna is really trying to promote from other smaller vendors, but still not allow small individual sizes of beer, cans of beer.
I have a question.
All right. Ms. Maldonado, we typically don't allow sort of a town hall sort of back and forth, but in this instance,
I
yep.
did recommend to the applicant that if there were any specific questions, the attorney may be able to clarify. So if I may, I appreciate it if that goes directly from the attorney.
Right. No, I understand. We'll make this exception here, and why don't you proceed with your question, Ms. Maldonado? You should be unmuted.
I'm gonna sound really bad right now, but the question was not for you guys. I thought it was on mute. I'm at the store right now, so the question was meant to someone else. I thought it was on mute.
Oh,
God.
Sorry.
That's great. Perfect.
okay. All right. Thanks for helping us muddle through that then. All right. Well, thanks for that language and for sending that around and that explanation, Alder Figueroa Cole. Anything else from the committee on this? Let's see. Ms. Westra.
So Chair, this would be replacing what condition on the license? Number 1, number 2, both of them?
The beer one.
Okay, so the number 2.
Yes, because the other one is for the airplane bottles for our liquor.
Okay,
That'd be item 1, it's replacing.
so item 1 it's replacing?
Condition 1, yeah. Condition
Okay.
1 is no sale of single containers of fermented malt beverages.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 was the airplane bottle.
Right.
thank you.
Are there any other questions in the
Now,
queue?
I'm going to actually see if Attorney Zillavi wanted to add anything here, or if we've covered it. I know you had to, just give you the opportunity, you can just say no.
So, thank you. I don't think I have anything else to add. As Alder Figueroa Cole said, this condition is on several other licenses, and the reason for it was to allow for the sale of craft beer, which I mean, I don't understand the whole thing, but it's frequently sold in singles, the craft beer.
Okay, thank you. As I said, just wanted to give you that bit of a forum if you were interested.
Thank you.
So we have a conversation, an explanation here, a request from the applicant. Does anybody want to make a motion on this? Ms. Westra?
A move approval of the replacement of condition number 1 with the condition that Alder Cole had read off,
Okay,
that we have in writing that can be copy and pasted onto the license from the lawyer. Thank you.
I like.
I'll second.
All right, thank you. I like the wording of that motion. All right, moved by Ms. Westra, seconded by Alder Glenn, to essentially grant this revised condition to the license for Luna's Groceries. Any further discussion? Any objection to recording a unanimous consent vote on this granting, revising of the condition? All right, thank you. Thanks for coming out, Ms. Maldonado, and we have changed your conditions on your license, and good luck with your business. All right, item 13 is a change of license conditions for Hotbox, doing business as Fireside Kitchen. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct. 1925 Monroe Street. They would like to revise their conditions on allowing alcohol sales and entertainment after 11 p.m. And I don't know if any of those folks are over here in our gallery.
I don't see any registrations for this item.
No registrants for this item. All right, Ms. Westra.
Move referral to the next meeting of the ALRC.
Second,
All right, excellent. Moved by Ms. Westra, seconded by Alder Figueroa Cole to move this item to the next month's meeting, September. Any discussion on that? Any objection to recording a unanimous consent vote? All right, that is referred till next month. All right, new licenses. So item 14, a license for the Historian Hotel at 16 North Carroll Street. And then I think we'll take up item 15 as well, requesting a license, an entertainment license for the same establishment, 16 North Carroll, the Historian Hotel. And it doesn't look like those folks are, maybe they're here in person?
I think it's a mix. So we have 4 registrants for those items. So I'm sorry, we have three registrants. Mike Mascalunas is registered in support, wishing to speak, or I'm sorry, wishing in support, available to answer questions, and I believe in Zoom. Bethany Griffin is in support, available to answer questions, and Joseph Maddox is in support, available to answer questions. I think Joseph is also, actually all 3 are in Zoom.
Okay, great. Well, we would like to hear from somebody of your group. Any sense of who's your lead kind of spokesperson on this? Somebody want to sort of put your hand up or something? Okay, everybody has been unmuted. So if somebody want to,
Hi, sorry. There's some background noise, so I'm going to step into another room.
okay, great, thank you. All right, we're going to hear from Bethany Griffin on this.
Hi. Yes, I
So Bethany, I'm going to ask you 3
to
questions.
answer any questions. I work this.
So
Yes.
I'm going to ask you 3 questions,
Okay.
which is the same questions we ask any new applicants for licenses. And then you can give me a response to those. And then after that, why don't you give us a little bit of a narrative of what you're planning for the project? And at that point, people may ask you some further questions. But the
One
standard.
second, actually. The operations lead is here with Joseph. So I'm gonna let him take
Okay.
direction as far as how it's gonna look, the outlook on
Okay, that's
everything.
fine.
I can answer any questions pertaining legal wise, but they will be handling more the operational day to day. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Joseph, we'll get tech to unmute you. Looks like talking is permitted, so you can unmute yourself. All right, excellent. And you just heard me explain to Ms. Griffin how I'm going to ask you 3 questions we ask all the new license applicants. And then you can respond to those. And then we'll give you 3 minutes to let us know how your operation is going to play out, in your opinion. And then we may ask you further questions. So the first question is, did you speak to the district alderperson?
We had set up a meeting last week and we did speak to someone. We had an individual meeting that was set up.
All right, thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Mike Mascalunas with Hubby Properties. We're the developer of the site here. We did get to speak with Alder Mike Favere
Okay.
over email. Additionally, we had an informational session held last week where we spoke with the Mifflin Neighborhood Association.
Okay, excellent. You anticipated one of my questions. And then the final question is, did you contact the police captain of the district you are in, the District 4?
Yes, I had a phone conversation with Central District Captain Kip Hartman.
Okay.
And we had a good conversation. He was, supportive of the license.
All right, excellent. All right, and then would you like to give us a little rundown on your plans? 3 minutes or less for the Historian Hotel.
Can I just chime in here for a second, please?
Sure.
Could the speakers identify what their role is in the hotel? Before they speak, please? Because the names, I don't see any of the names except Bethany's on the application. So I'm just curious what the speakers' roles are with the hotel. If they could identify that when they speak, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Good
Sure
point.
thing. I can start. So my name is Mike Mascalunas. I'm a development manager with Hubby Properties. We're the owner of the hotel that is redeveloping the site. We have hired First Hospitality, so Joseph and Bethany's team, to operate the hotel. And at a high level, our project is going to consist of an 81 key hotel that's going to have a first floor bar and restaurant. And so that is the purpose of our application here today, is to, get the liquor license for that first floor bar and restaurant. And then I can kick it over to Joseph and Bethany to talk more about the operational aspects of that component of our development.
All right, well, we're going to take a pause here and see if anybody, why don't we hear from all the speakers, and then we'll push it to the committee members. Maybe we'll hear the full picture first. So Ms. Griffith, do you want to go, or Mr. Maddox?
I'll let Maddox go first, and then I can proceed with any gaps he has.
Sounds good, thank you.
Hello, my name is Joseph Maddox. I am employed by First Hospitality. I'll be the general manager for the Historian Hotel.
And my name is Bethany Griffin. I work in legal. I handle essentially the application, the paperwork for The hotel, as Mike mentioned, we're applying for liquor license, food license for the hotel in anticipation of serving the community and bringing, I guess, a sort of lively and fun way to bring people together. This restaurant will be full operation along with the bar as well.
Thank you. All right, any questions from committee members? All right, Alder Figueroa Cole.
Thank you. So I am trying to understand the hours of operations. That's one question. What will be the hours of operations for the restaurant versus the entertainment? And is this restaurant open to is it the intent to open the restaurant for the entire public or for the hotel people specifically?
So the hours of operation, obviously, we'll oblige with whatever the city of Madison needs us to. But our intent, I believe, for serving food and alcohol is from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'll have to verify that. And obviously, we will oblige with whatever the rules are for the community. And then your second question was if it's open to the public. Yes, it will be open to the public, obviously 21 and older. The entertainment license is something that we're obtaining with not necessarily the intent of we're going to be having a whole bunch of DJs there, but essentially it's so we have it if we need it. We don't have anybody on the books yet as far as DJs we wish, but we're thinking something small, something local, something family friendly, available to the public and those registering for the hotel.
So thank you. Can you repeat what is the expectation to the sell liquor until what time at night?
So the liquor license, as I mentioned, we'll oblige with whatever the code of conduct is for the city of Madison. I have to review my email to see what our representative stated, but I believe our intent is to serve food and alcohol till 11 a.m. I'm not sure. I have to verify if you guys allow the till 2 a.m. in the city of Madison. If that's permitted, obviously we'll seek that, but we'll oblige with whatever the city code is.
And the last question for now, the question 25 on the application, it says that this is going to be 65 alcohol and 35 food. Is that accurate?
So that was taken into consideration prior to them mentioning we had to disclose room revenues. Obviously, with room revenues disclosed, our alcohol percentage is going to be more 8%, and I believe food was somewhere around 12%. So in the category of just food and alcohol, it's that percentage, but taking over the factor of room and board as well as other sales, it will the alcohol percentage is really 8% of the total
Thank you.
revenue.
All right. Anything from anyone else? Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else putting their hand up at this moment, so wait, Alder Revere, I'm sorry. Why don't you go ahead?
Thank you, Chair, and apologies for not having my video enabled. I'm traveling. First, why don't I start with a follow-up to Alder Figueroa Cole's last question about percentages of the revenue. As Bethany and Mike know, and I think Joe was also on the email that we had, I pointed out the inconsistencies, Chair, between the answers to that question on the alcohol license application and the entertainment license application. So, Bethany, could you please review for the record for us what your final answer is to both of those questions so that they're consistent?
For sure. I believe we did update it and send it to our representative. So it is consistent now on the entertainment and alcohol licensing. But let me pull up that latest application quickly. I apologize.
Thank you.
If I could just chime in, they did get it yesterday, I believe, and it's updated on the applications that are attached to the item, and it should be updated in the packet now. I wasn't able to get it updated on the agenda in time, but the numbers that they provided are 8.2% alcohol, 15.1% food, and 76.7% other.
And that's room and board and et cetera.
Great, thanks.
Apologies and thank you.
So Jim, you're saying that, and maybe it's because I'm traveling and I'm using my phone here. When I refresh in Legistar, I don't see an amended application. Do others see that in Legistar, that there are amended applications that are in Legistar?
I refreshed the package, Mike.
So I'm directly in Legistar. So for example, my next question was going to be about, I pointed out to them their licensed premises description in the application did not include the sidewalk cafe. And that was added in an email that they sent me. Is that what's visible to my colleagues? Where it says sidewalk cafe now under question 8? Because I don't see that when I refresh.
I believe we referred to it as a patio. My wording might have been off. I can adjust that.
Anyway, just to confirm, Jim, you're saying that there are amended applications in Legistar at this hour for both the alcohol and entertainment license applications?
Correct, there should be.
Okay. And then that includes the additional line for the premises description?
I'm not seeing the latest version. They did have it in a previous version, but I'm not seeing it in the one that was sent recently.
So Bethany added it in an email to you and I dated August 10th, but I do not see that in Legistar.
She did, and then the updated version was sent with the updated revenue percentages, and I don't think it was in that one. So I think it may have gotten missed in the latest version that was sent to me.
Okay, so so let me ask you this, Bethany, or any of your colleagues.
Yep.
Just to confirm, for the alcohol license application, question number 8, the description of licensed premises, like I mentioned in my email to all of you,
Yeah.
you do plan to apply, if you haven't already, for a City of Madison sidewalk cafe license for North Carroll Street, correct?
Correct. I apologize for that. I do see in the back and forth some information was missing. But yes, that is correct. I did reach out to zoning, but can you provide that name again that you stated?
Megan, yes, it's the City of Madison Street Vending Coordinator, Megan Blake Horst. She's in the City of Madison's Economic Development Division, Office of Business Resources.
Yes, we was most
So she's not in zoning.
Okay.
She's in a different office.
That makes sense.
Again, Megan Blake Horst.
Megan Blake. Okay.
So Jim, could we, with that testimony, could we please, Jim, amend on the record here that the license premise description question 8 on the alcohol license application would include a sidewalk cafe, please?
Yeah, I'll attach the previous version with the incorrect revenues. The language that was on 8 that was left off in this last version was the patio/outdoor eatery would be on the sidewalk in front of the building if permitted.
Yeah, sidewalk cafe, of course, is the legal reference we use in Madison.
Sidewalk cafe. Understood.
Yeah.
I will, if that I'm allowed to, I will get that updated and send that over to Jim then. And
Sure,
I'll
Jim,
follow up-
if you'd prefer that, Jim,
Yeah,
if that's
that'd be great.
easiest. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'll follow up with Megan once I find the contract.
Yes, and I can get that to you if you can't find it easily.
Thank you.
I can get that to you, Bethany. And then,
Perfect.
so just one related question to the sidewalk cafe. Question number 9 asks, obviously, your capacity, and you have an outdoor capacity of 20. Is that just an educated guess on your colleague's part that so many chairs
Yes,
would be able to fit in front of the hotel out in the
yes,
sidewalk?
yes, correct. That's just an educated guess. It might be less, but that was what we assumed would be the most. And obviously, we were going to intend to reach out to the appropriate members to devise what we are permitted to do.
Okay, sounds good. And going back to the question of hours of operation, unless you agree voluntarily otherwise, you would be able to serve alcohol until the state statutory bar time, which is 2 a.m. on weekdays and 2:30 a.m. on weekends. I know you're in Chicago, so you might not know that fully here.
Yeah, I
With the
was
laws in
Googling it.
Wisconsin,
Awesome.
but so it sounds like perhaps you haven't determined the final hours of the restaurant and room service and everything, but
I believe I need to
but
connect
it's
with
highly,
my team on that more to give you a solid answer. So I apologize on that.
Hi, my name is David Lang. I'm Vice President of Operations with First Hospitality. I'm in the room with Joseph. So our posted hours of operation for the restaurant would be 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., as Bethany stated. However, in the event that, the restaurant and bar are full and we chose to stay open later, we could exercise, the option to continue later into the night, but that would be our published hours of operation.
that sounds good to me, and I don't see any need to have a condition restricting you further. I mean, your application does say, 2 a.m. To give you that room
Yep.
if you need it. Yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. And then I think my last question for any of you is very minor inconsistency in between the application and the business plan is your estimated opening. And Mike, the last I heard from your colleagues at Hovde was that you were hoping for a soft opening before the holidays in December. The business plan says January. Just curious what the latest thought is when the hotel might be open to the public, including the restaurant.
The goalpost keeps moving a little bit, so I'll let Mike answer or David Lang, as they would have the most up to date on that.
I believe the confusion is that we anticipate receiving our certificate of occupancy in late December, but we will not be opening until the first quarter of the new year.
At this point, would you say January is too optimistic? So if interested stakeholders ask me, I should say first
Of
quarter.
course. I think if there's an interested stakeholder, the earliest that we would be prepared to open would be middle of February.
Okay, good to
It
know.
would probably be, late February would probably be the more realistic, but.
Okay, great. Good to know. Thank you all for your
Yes, sir.
responses. I very much look forward to the opening of the Historian. I think it'll be a great addition for the downtown. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes, thank you. So Mr. Lang, was that it?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
were in the
Yes,
room
ma'am.
with somebody.
I'm sitting next to Joseph Maddox, the general
right.
manager.
I'm going to look to Mr. Verbeek here. Do you need him to fill out a registrant slip because he was interacting with us here?
Yeah, after we're done, after a motion is passed and your item is concluded, if you can just register for this item, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. All right. All right. Anything else from the committee? Yes, Alder Figueroa Cole.
I have a question for Attorney Sylvie. I'm a little bit confused about these percentages. So we have here in front of us a potential sideway cafe room sales in alcohol sales in the rooms, and then the restaurant. So first of all, is this in the overlay where it comes between restaurants and taverns? Like I'm trying to lay out what exactly is it that I'm approving here. Are we approving that the restaurant that speaks about the 50% or 51% sales of food, or is this a tavern or, and how do you account for the sales of the rooms versus the sales of the restaurant? Is that goes together or are those different licenses? How does that work?
That's a good question, and I don't know that I have the answer. I think that it's different for hotels. If you want to give me a minute, I can look at the statute and see. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Okay.
great. And while she's looking that up, I would like to ask a question of our attendees. You can decide who is best to answer this. But could you talk to me a little bit more about the entertainment? You're planning to do this in the restaurant? I know I have the floor plan here, but can you just talk me through that a little bit more? You're talking about a small single performer potentially?
Yeah.
A DJ?
So this is David Lang.
Thank you.
We applied for that license really as a better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it type situation. I mean, the footprint of the lobby is quite small. So we might choose to have, a musician play, probably be a single person with an acoustic guitar, potentially like a jazz trio or a quartet. But it would not be, like a rock and roll show where there are large crowds or ticketed events. It would be ambient or not ambient, but additive to the dining experience and guests in the lobby. We do have a small private dining space on the second floor that could accommodate upwards of 20 people. We might have, some sort of intimate performance in there, but nothing like a club or anything along those lines.
So if somebody had hosted a larger event, would you anticipate they might request some kind of entertainment or?
The hotel has 81 keys, as Mike mentioned earlier, and then we have the restaurant that I believe, including the bar, is below 70 seats. The meeting space is limited to the one room that accommodates up to 20 people. So, we will not be hosting, large weddings or social events or anything along that line. So, I guess the answer is no, because we just don't have the physical capacity within the building to host events of that nature.
Okay, thank you. Sure, yep, I see that. All right, Alder Figueroa Cole.
So in regards to the entertainment, are you okay with limiting the entertainment hours to the 11 p.m. as you're planning for the restaurant needs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And for staff, maybe Jim or even maybe Mike, does the application needs for entertainment needs to have a plan area? He just mentioned 2 different spaces. Does that needs to be included in the application?
We typically don't have a premises for the entertainment license. It's just the allowance of entertainment to occur anywhere where the alcohol license footprint is.
So will they have to have alcohol on the second floor room? I'm just thinking on this yellow thing, there was a concern about like where they were supposed to align things and then they move to a different area and that became a big deal. So I don't know if that was just a specific condition or a rule.
Yeah, I believe an entertainment license is required if live music, a DJ or dance floor is occurring anywhere where the alcohol license premises is. If something's occurring outside licensed premises, I don't think an entertainment license is necessary.
Thank you. And for the applicant, so are you aware that this entertainment license will only be valid for inside entertainment? You won't be able to use that in those outdoors?
Correct. We understand that. We do not have an outdoor space that would accommodate live performances, so that's not an issue for us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And Attorney Zillavy, have we given you time to research the question?
I'm almost there.
Okay, all right.
I think I may have found, I don't know if I found the right spot, but 125, if you're looking at the statutes, 125.07, paragraph 3, para A. I'm sorry, A, and then 3 is related to hotels and other things.
All right, well, as we're treading water to get a definitive answer here, committee members, if I could ask you to be formulating, if you want to be thinking about a motion at all. We're not there yet because we're trying to get some questions answered. Anticipating use of our time here.
Alder, is your question related to the zoning regulations regarding restaurants and the like? And having percentages?
More like, so am I focusing just on the restaurant license and this particular application, or do I need to consider room sales also of alcohol? Is that all together?
It's all together. And it's not a situation where if we're just considering a restaurant, if we want to say, okay, you have to have 51% food sales in conjunction with your alcohol license. This is a different situation because it's the hotel.
Thank you. So then the other part is okay to use other to signify the room sales then, I suppose, to kind of separate them from the restaurant sales.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for researching that. Thanks everybody's patience as we got that answer. Anything further from anyone for our applicants or staff clarifications? Are we to the point where anybody would like to make a motion?
Okay, I move to grant with the condition that entertainment should cease by 11 p.m. daily.
Understood.
All right. And Alder Verveer.
I second, with the understanding that that's both license applications.
Yes, thank you.
All right. A motion by Alder Figueroa Cole, seconded by Alder Verveer. We would grant both an alcohol license and an entertainment license, the entertainment ceasing by 11 p.m. And I guess I got to clarify this. And also alcohol sales by 11 p.m.? No, just
the language to be in both licenses.
Right. Just the language should be in both licenses, but ceasing entertainment by 11 p.m. Any further discussion? Any objection to recording a unanimous consent vote on this item? These two items. All right.
Or do we have to take that separately or? No, we're good.
All right. Items 14 and 15 are granted. Item 16, new license for Madison Public Market Bar Corporation, doing business as Madison Public Market, 202 North First Street. And I think we have a number of registrants here, but perhaps one speaker.
Yep, so I have 3 registrants for both items. I have Keisha Harrison in support, available to answer questions. James Shulkin in support, available to answer questions. And Adam Hain in support, available to answer questions.
All right. So folks want to step up, this microphone is the one to use. Thank you. we're going to also pull up 17. We're going to consider these both together. I did that so well last time because this group is also requesting an entertainment license. So hi, welcome. Thanks for coming out. So we are going to ask 3 questions, and then you can respond, and then take up to 3 minutes. You can each have 3 minutes if you like to talk about what you're planning at the Madison Public Market. So first, if you want to just state your name and your role, and then
Keisha Harrison, Chief Executive Officer
Super.
of the Madison Public Market Foundation.
Great, thank you. All right, 3.
Sorry, could you repeat that again? The mic.
Oh, yes.
Keisha Harrison, Chief Executive Officer of the Madison Public Market Foundation.
Super. All right. Let's see. Did you speak to the district alderperson?
Yes.
All right. Did you contact the police captain of the district?
Yes.
All right. And did you reach out to the neighborhood association?
Yes.
All right. Anything of note that came out of those 3 contacts?
They were all in support.
All right. Super. Thank you. All right. And then would you like to let us know what you got planned for this?
Sure. So the Madison Public Market Bar Corporation is actually a separate company that was formed to be apart from the Madison Public Market Foundation, which is the nonprofit. So the Bar Corporation is tasked with handling all of the alcohol sales for all of the campus except for other businesses that would have their own license. So for instance, we do have a winery that is on the campus and they've got their own license. With our license, we would cover all of the other places inside and outside. And we would also be the only entity in the market that would be able to provide alcohol service for any events that take place. So our particular zoning included being able to have live music and a variety of different activities happening inside and outside of the building. And so that is where this particular license for the alcohol and for the entertainment will come in. Our particular entertainment inside of the bar area itself, the bar area is 1,051 square feet. The bar itself would be 525 square feet of that. And so then that leaves an area that is open for seating and for other kinds of programming. And we anticipate that being more along the lines of the singer-songwriter and really small people doing, their thing. As we have expanded, we have been formed and we are hosting different kinds of entrepreneurs with businesses. Being able to host local performers is also another way that people can become affiliated with the market.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to say anything.
Alder Figueroa Cole.
Thank you. This is also kind of different. So when we offer entertainment licenses, one of the things that we often pay attention to is the noise outside the premises, but the market will have open garage doors and things like that. How are you planning on managing, like noise that may impact the neighbors?
At the moment, we've had a few programs that had loud music and you couldn't hear it outside of the building. And I believe that by city ordinance, we're limited to 65 decibels of amplified sound. So we would just ensure that we didn't go louder than that and within the time frame that we are allowed to do it.
Thank you.
Anything from anyone else on the committee? I had a question, if you could maybe just expand on the fact that this is a big space. I have yet to step into the market, unfortunately, but it's a communal space. How are you going to be regulating? Just talk us through a little bit more about regulating so it's not, minors are not going to have that access to the alcohol.
So the bar itself will have locking cabinets and drawers and everything so that when it is not being staffed, no one will be able to access it. Mm-hmm. It is located in an area that is a walk-through art gallery as well, so people can traverse through it, but the actual bar area is set off from that. So that no one will be able to, like I said, access behind the bar unless they're working there. The entire building is about 45,000 square feet. And we've got a little under 15,000 square feet of gross leasable area. Our event space can host up to 600 standing, and our mezzanine area can host up to 150 standing. And then we also have capacity for outside with some seating outside on First Street. And that particular seating area abuts where the bar is. So people can come to the bar, get something to drink, and then leave out of that door and sit on the patio.
And you'll have security there to make sure?
Yes,
Folks aren't.
we're currently running 2 security guards at all times, and if we decide that we need more, then we'll get more.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Any further questions by committee members or staff? Or would anybody like to make a motion on this? All right. Moved by Alder Figueroa Cole to grant.
licenses.
Both licenses, alcohol and entertainment.
Second.
And a second by Alder Glenn. Any further discussion? All right, and I'm just going to note that we do have a recusal on this item by Ms. Westra. But having said that, is there any objection to recording a vote unanimously excluding Ms. Westra? All right, seeing none, that is granted. Those 2 licenses, thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you. And we're open until 10 o'clock tonight, so come on out after
All right.
this.
I got to get there. Yeah, I'm aware. Okay. We are going to also take up 2 items together on this next 18 and 19. New license for the Oaks Lounge LLC, doing business as the Oaks Lounge, 614 North Fair Oaks Avenue. And then request for a Class B liquor license, and then as well as a request for an entertainment license. And I think we have some registrants on this.
Yep, we have 3 registrants. We have Darwin Guevara is in support, available to answer questions. Eric Rodrigo Guevara Vega in support, available to answer questions. And Sherry Johnson in support, not wishing to speak.
All right, thank you. So maybe the Guevaras would like to step up. That would be great. This microphone, it's still on, so it's this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for coming tonight. So you've seen me do this a few times now.
Yeah.
We'll do 3 questions. You can give me your responses to those, and then you can take some time and just talk about your operation. So did you speak to the district alderperson?
Yes, we did.
All right. And did you contact the police captain?
We did that too.
And did you reach out to the neighborhood association?
We're still working on that.
Working on that, okay. And then on the first 2, how did the conversation go with the alder and the police
It
captain?
went good. We had a good chat with Julia Matthews, the elder, and we just haven't found a time to connect a little more.
Okay.
But there's been communication on our plans with the establishment.
Okay.
And same with Captain Edward Marshall. Around the neighborhood that I live, we had some communication there too.
Okay. And so when you say you are still working on the neighborhood association communication, you're trying to find a person
a
to reach out
connection
to?
to that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, do you want to let us know what you've got planned?
So my dad and I, we are new to pretty much all of this. We are working into reopening the establishment that it was once there before, working as a bar and restaurant, and the Brothers 3 location, and that's something we would like to revitalize and open something up for the community. It has a good outdoor seating, and same with the inside. It has, we also want to bring the community involvement. I work at MMSD, and I would like to have something for my coworkers, also there's a lot of stuff with the students that create art, and maybe offer that outside, for the vendors and stuff like that.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
All All right, Alder Figueroa Cole.
Thank you. Was there entertainment on this location before?
I do not recall.
And do you know what the hours of operations before either also?
Do not recall that.
Well, Jim
No,
can,
it was
Jim
when
can
it
pull
was-
that for us.
Yeah.
One moment.
So were you complete then with that?
No, I'm waiting for Jim real quick. I mean, I'm looking, it's not a very dense area for entertainment, so I'm not. But I'm just trying to figure out these hours of operations. Is this your first restaurant?
Sorry?
Is this your first restaurant?
This is our first.
Yeah. Definitely want to set you up for success.
We are really working to try and get everything in order and making sure that everything's running smoothly.
There was not previously an entertainment license at this location. And let me bring up the previous application to get an answer to your other question.
Are you planning to have an entertainment every day of the week?
No. It's like maybe just some live music here and there, maybe karaoke night, but nothing.
Yeah, for karaoke, you don't need an entertainment
Okay.
license. It's just for amplified sound.
Yep, we do plan on having some live music.
And then you mentioned you had a patio, so this will only work indoors with the doors closed. So if you want to have music outside, you have to go to planning to get that permit. It's a separate one.
Okay.
Okay.
The previous application is a different version, and so it didn't. I don't see that question as far as the hours of operation.
The hours of operation for,
I'm sorry.
I mean, the hour or of cold sales, I meant?
I take that back. So hours of operation is 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
So that was the prior one?
Yes.
Okay. And so are you planning on having a restaurant open, like serving food until 2 a.m.?
No, we plan on, Monday through Thursday, we plan on having food from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And Friday through Sunday, have it from 8 a.m. through 10 p.m. as well.
I mean, we often talk about like extending the alcohol sales in combination with food being served. So it looks like you're thinking of staying off for an extra 2 hours without food.
Yeah.
And I imagine that will be for alcohol.
Correct.
Yeah. I'd like to hear from the rest of the committee first to see how they feel about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And again, it's your first restaurant, and
Correct.
yeah, like I would really like,
If we have to offer food later too, we were, willing to offer that too.
because we can always put conditions and you can always come back later once you test it for 6 months, a year, and come back, we have no problems here, there's no issues, and they remove the condition. But I'm going to stop there and wait for other people to comment and then come back to you guys.
All right, thanks. So I have Ms. Westra, and then we'll go to Alder Glenn.
So I have a couple questions for you guys. First, for your information session, did anyone stop down and come by?
No.
Okay. The second question I have is, what kind of food do you plan on serving?
Yep. It's just going to be your bar food, your burgers, your cheese curds, fries, the different type of burgers that we'll be offering, maybe having some breakfast options as well. Yeah.
And in regards to the entertainment license, we talked about the karaoke that you don't need for that. But for a DJ, or if you were going to have bands inside, where would you have them?
That is something I was thinking, for us, we would like it to be outside. There is a pretty decent space to have live music. So our biggest part was for the outside patio, that it's there. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you. When we'll come back around to this in discussion for item number 19.
All right. We'll do Alder Glenn and then followed by Alder Verveer.
Hi, the numbers for alcohol food are different from the entertainment and the business. One says 30, 40, 30, 50 across food, and then one says 50, 50 across food and alcohol. Do you know which one it will be?
Yes, it was a little confusing with the paperwork that me and my dad were filling out. It's going to be 50-50.
50% alcohol, 50% food?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Alder Glenn. Alder Verveer.
Thank you, Chair. A couple of the questions that I plan to ask have been asked and answered, but perhaps let me start here. So I'm pretty familiar with the previous establishment that was there, and went there for food on occasion. When I read your application, it sounds like you're more primarily a tavern, but I don't want to say that now with your last response to Alder Glenn that you're 50-50 revenue food versus alcohol. Would you consider yourselves a tavern as you stated in your application in question number 21, as opposed to a restaurant? Is that fair to say?
I think it's fair to say like I said, we're new to this. We want to offer food to, as long as we also want to serve liquor. I think it will be a 50-50 on what people can come and consume.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to unfairly compare you to Brothers 3, but they considered themselves legally to be a restaurant. You heard Jim Verbeek state that they closed early every night. They had a pretty brisk breakfast business. So they really, I think, were seen by most as more of a restaurant than a bar, even though they clearly were both. But not many bars would close at 10 p.m., but they generally did. So I just wanted you to be aware of that if you weren't, patrons of Brothers 3. Some of the old patrons and your neighbors will maybe unfairly compare you to them and wonder why you don't have a more robust food offerings beyond the draft menu that you included in your application. So I don't know you need to respond to that. I just wanted to say that to you. The other inconsistency between your alcohol and entertainment license applications, besides the one that Alder Glenn pointed out with the revenue projection, the other inconsistency is in your estimated capacity. In your alcohol license application, you estimate capacity of 50 indoors and 30 outdoors on the patio. And in your entertainment license application, you say the capacity would be 70 indoors and 50 outdoors. So the numbers are completely, inconsistent on both indoors and outdoors. And also the numbers are inconsistent with the Brothers 3 license. So could you just maybe, to start off with on that, explain what you think the capacity is indeed for
Yes, that's
your
something.
place?
Yeah, that's something we're still working, with the space that we have, as long as, like the booth and the chairs around the bar section and how many tables we're going to be adding. And through the application, again, it was a miscommunication from me and my dad that we had in the moment with how we filled it out. So it will be like 70 for inside and I believe like 30, 40 people outside in the patio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that and no problem that, miscommunication between you guys, but just so you know, the Brothers 3 license was for a capacity of 80 indoors and 40 outdoors.
Okay.
Do you think that maybe you should go with the capacity that Brothers 3 was licensed for, or do you plan renovations that would expand or reduce the seating that Brothers 3 had?
No, it's pretty much what, you said. That's kind of what we visioned and what we see the property, fitting everybody in there, the capacity.
Uh-huh. So to you two gentlemen, does it make sense to go with the Brothers 3 capacity of 80 and 40?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to say that you should do that, but
Thank you.
if you're not planning any major modifications to the seating, it just seems reasonable that we should maybe do that.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Okay, so you would amend both applications to say that the capacity, your estimated proposed capacity is indeed what Brothers 3 had, which again is 80 indoors and 40 outdoors, correct?
Correct. That's correct.
And we would also amend your application tonight on the record for the estimated revenue percentages in response to Alder Glenn. That would be, you said 50% alcohol, 50% food on each application. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. In your alcohol application, just going back to the revenue question one last time, you had proposed 10% other revenue. Do you remember that on your application?
That was a mistake again.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't think you'll have like gaming, just to confirm, you won't have like arcade game revenues or, music, jukebox type revenues that would be 10%?
Sorry, that would meet that 10%. We are still finding out more information. That's all pretty much what we've been doing, to contact the POS systems and all that stuff. So this is all new, and we are planning on having that, the jukes box and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate
so that. Will be
by
that
the way,
10%.
Yeah, so please don't take any of my questions as being negative. We all want you guys to succeed, and I want you to personally succeed. So I'm just trying to be helpful, make sure we have the best available information for us.
No, we appreciate
to make our
that.
decision tonight.
Yeah.
So I don't, I personally don't know if 10% other seems high to me based on novelty kind of revenue, amusement device revenue. Is that what you meant when you say under other you wrote some activities / games?
Correct. It would be.
Was that like all amusement devices then, or?
Yeah, we had, a couple people like just stop by, and when we go to places, they have that, type of gaming systems, and same with the jukes boxes. And we're still finding out how that works.
Yeah,
I
like
believe
touch tunes.
That would be that 10%.
So just so we get this right and we're all on the same page for what numbers should we use then for that question? Because Mr. Verbeck needs to update that on our agendas and everything. So for question 25 on the alcohol license application, what % alcohol, food versus other are you all thinking?
I will say 40 for food, and the rest will be alcohol, and then the 10% for the games. Yeah.
So 50% alcohol,
correct.
40% food, 10% other?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have no further questions at this point. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks. I'm going to hear from Captain Hartman. He's had his hand up, and then we'll go to you. Oh, sure. Okay.
Real quick. And also, the capacity before was established, but I just appreciate all the Rivera's comments on that, but also for you to understand, since you guys are new, capacity is actually defined by the zoning people across the street, so don't get hung up on that number. I mean, we want to use what was there before, but at the end of the day, they will be the ones telling you what that will be based on how you want to set up your restaurant.
What's being allowed.
I just
there
don't
by
want
the
you to
city.
just get stuck
we are
on.
good with working with the city.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, Captain Hartman, thanks for your patience. You wanted to jump in.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chair. I just had one clarifying question. And in speaking with Captain Marshall, he mentioned that there was a potential for a 2 a.m. close. Is that correct on that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or were you looking at a midnight close?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's something my dad and I still are talking about for Friday, Saturday till 2 a.m. Sunday, no, not till 2 a.m.
Thank you. And then will you have the staffing for staying open till 2 a.m.?
Yes, we will.
And I just had one point, and we'll see if anybody after me, but on your application, you wrote the plan for unruly patrons, intoxicated patrons, physical disturbances would be to call 911, which is great. And I don't mean to catastrophize here, but things could escalate pretty quickly before you get a 911 response. Are you going to be talking through your security people about how to handle things to de-escalate?
De-escalate situations. Yeah, I work at MMSD as safety and security, and we do work as de-escalation situations. And as long as having the staffing there if needed.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. And Attorney Zillivi.
Thank you. Darwin, have you taken the responsible beverage server training yet?
I'm sorry. My son is gonna. I know I speak English a little bit, so he's gonna tell me what the question was.
We both have completed that.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yes, correct.
And following up on the last question about your response to how you would handle unruly patrons, intoxicated patrons, et cetera, is to call 911. And that's not necessarily the ideal way to handle things. And I think the city of Madison still offers tavern safety training. And I would suggest that you connect with the police department to arrange for that, especially since you haven't been in business before. But it would be helpful for you to learn some of the things that other establishment owners have encountered and things that you can put in place to either prevent or help to address before things get out of hand.
Thank you. Yeah, well.
And I think that piece is really, really important. Just because things are always happening where alcohol is served, and it's a good idea to be aware of how other establishments have dealt with it and expectations, et cetera.
Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Zillivi. All right. Alder Figueroa Cole.
Thank you. And on that note, what kind of security are you planning on having? Like security cameras, signage outside for no loitering, for people not sticking around when you guys are gone? I don't know what is there today, or what are you guys planning on doing with that?
So we do have security cameras already established and running 24/7. We do plan on having, maybe to check IDs in case of events and stuff like that, if we're allowed, have the necessary staff to be checking up in the doors. Also putting the warning signs and stuff around the building of hours of operations and all the necessary
So did you have like the no loitering signs for people not to stay on the parking lot?
No, not at this moment, no, but we will.
Yeah, and definitely we have put those in conditions before to make sure that those are up. And also taking the next step to register those with MPD so they can actually take any action without you having, to intervene. Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning on the hours of operation. I don't know if Captain Kip has any information there. I doubt that there will be any issues since the other restaurant closed so early. So that wouldn't be, it's still a neighborhood area. So the 2 a.m. kind of gives me pause. But again, you guys are new and you're going to have plenty of other things to learn from. So I think we may have to throw some conditions in there. So are you willing to stick to the midnight every day, for example, instead of the 2 a.m. part?
Yes. We're willing to work with, to.
All right. I know other people has other comments, so I'll move on.
Thank you. All right. Alder Glenn.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment. I'm really in agreement of what Alder Figueroa is saying. There's so much that goes into a brand new restaurant. And while you're answering great and you've had a lot of questions thrown at you, it just feels like you're still making some decisions. And I think for success, if you are willing to have some restrictions around like midnight close, let you get your footing, get used to that crowd before you are doing something a little later. I've been in culinary, I have a culinary arts, and even just that part of it with food, it's just a lot to do hospitality. And we just really would like to see you be successful. It is a missing piece of that neighborhood, not having something there. So I'm kind of leaning towards exactly what Figueroa said. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, that's something that we want to do. Just, get our foot in and just bring something good to the community.
Thanks. All right. Ms. Westra.
So since we've kind of moved into little questions for staff and discussions, I am fine on the new license for the restaurant and bar. I don't think we're at the point where we can do the entertainment license yet. One, I think the neighborhood needs to be somehow involved in that conversation, either work with Alder Matthews or any of that to get in there, because it is such a residential area. And if you want to have any noise that extends outside, since karaoke is one of the things you wanted to do, you don't need the license for that. So I am fine with 18 with the cutoff for if we put the condition on to close by midnight, and then referring 19 to be at the next meeting of the ALRC to see if you guys can get some with that neighborhood. Okay. Because of just how, the backside is not residential, but everything to the side and across the street is very residential.
All right. I see your point. We can separate out actions on those two. Thank you for that. So let us focus on 18, although we're talking about the entire business, we're keeping that in mind, but in terms of action. Any further questions of our great applicants here? All right. You still have your mic. Oh, okay.
Because I was going to move.
All right, perfect.
Okay, I will move a motion for item 18 for approval of their license with the condition that the business has to cease operation by midnight every evening. And however we word that in the best way possible.
All right.
because they can stay open whatever they want, so.
Well, this would be ceasing operations, so they would be closed, they would have to close at midnight.
Okay, so it's everything.
Yep.
Okay, and I want to add the establishment shall post signs prohibiting loitering on the property, since they don't have them already. We done that already for Rockies.
You comfortable
That's okay with
adding
you?
that to your motion?
Yep.
All right,
So the establishment should post signs prohibiting loitering on the property, yes.
all right, so are you seconding then?
Yes,
For your alcohol?
second it.
All right, so motion by Ms. Westra to grant the alcohol license with two conditions. And then it's seconded by Alder Figueroa Cole. The two conditions would be ceasing operations at midnight, 7 days a week. The second condition would be posting no loitering signs in the parking areas.
Can I speak to that real quick?
Yes.
Yeah,
Speak.
so again, we're not saying no to the entertainment license. I actually worked with another applicant who started with the karaoke and then thought that they can expand. And they finally got their license after a lot of loops to get there. But I think the idea of really starting with the karaoke, what you're allowed without the liquor license, will be ideal for you guys, and test the waters and see how the crowd reacts to that, and then come back when you are more, when you actually have like a business plan set up on how that entertainment goes. And again, remember that this will only work for indoors, not for the outdoor patio. You have to go through a different process to do that. So we're not saying no to the entertainment, because you can still have entertainment, but not amplify entertainment.
Okay.
So, does that work?
Yeah, that works.
And then in the future, like again, in 6 months from now, 9 months, a year from now, you want things are really working out for you, and you want to expand your hours of alcohol sales to late at night. Make sure that, again, you don't come back to us with a list of MPD service calls, because you probably will not get changed. We'll probably go, that's not how it works. But when things are working out for you, and again, your business plan is solid, you can always come back to us for a change of conditions like you saw today. We had a couple of people making condition changes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Are you okay
Gracias.
Are you okay if I tailor the conditions, say, 1, establishment shall cease operations by midnight daily, and 2, establishment shall post signage prohibiting loitering on the property?
Yes.
Loitering on the property. Thank you. All right. Any further discussion? Any objection to recording a unanimous consent vote to grant an alcohol license on item 18? All right, that is granted. We still have to dispense with item 19. It's publicly noticed.
Sorry, I'd like to move referral to the next meeting of the ALRC with the direction of trying to get a neighborhood meeting together for this entertainment license.
Thank you, Ms. West.
Second that with a caveat. So what we're saying is that you'll come back to us in 1 month, and we expect you guys to go to have a neighborhood meeting. However, again, if that is not your priority right now, you can always then contact Jim and say, hey, we're not ready for the license, and we can put it on file without prejudice, and you can pick it up later at some other time. Just want to, again, I don't want to put any more pressure, because there's a lot of pressure that you guys are under already with this restaurant.
I would like to, reach out to the neighborhood to see what, something I think for us, I feel like live music.
Yep, perfect.
Like just someone playing a guitar in the background or something, but yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So that's the second for me.
All right, thank you. So moved by Ms. Westra, seconded by Alder Figueroa Cole, to refer item 19 to the September meeting of the Alcohol License Review Committee. And I don't know how we word that about, with the stipulation that you have further engagement with the neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any further discussion? Any objection to recording a unanimous consent vote on that motion? All right, Captain Hartman. Sorry, I didn't see you earlier.
No, sorry, Chair. I got my hand up a little bit slower. Yeah, if we could, our central CPT does do tavern training with bar owners still, and if that would like to be added to it, they would be more than happy to sit down and offer any training and expertise to them as they start this new business venture.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, no further discussion, helpful input from the captain on that point. And any objection to recording a unanimous consent? Not seeing any. All right, we'll push that off till the next month, but you have some things to
Okay,
think
yeah,
about.
thank you
and
very
can
much.
Stay in touch with
Appreciate
Mr. Verbeek. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Item 20, which is public hearing on a new license for Begonia Restaurant, doing business as Begonia, 1835 Monroe Street. Sarah Anderson, and I even managed to look myself in the attendees, so it looks like we have Sarah Anderson. I'm guessing that's Sarah Anderson, DK Anderson. If you would like to, I think you're unmuted. If you would like to respond to 3 of my questions. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yep.
Super, all right. So 3 questions for our new license applicants. Did you speak to the district alderperson? Did you contact the police captain in the district? And did you reach out to the neighborhood association and hold a neighborhood meeting? So if you want to tick through those.
Yes, I did reach out. I'm trying to put my camera on. Doesn't look like I can.
That's right. So attendees at our virtual meetings are just audio.
Okay, so yes, I did reach out to the alder. I did not get a response. He did respond to the last time we had our liquor license. The neighborhood association came to the open meeting and the police captain responded to my email and said they don't have any questions, and if they do, they'd reach out to me.
Okay, thank you. And now if you'd like to take up to 3 minutes and just let us know what you're planning for this new establishment.
Okay, so this is actually name change with a remodel. So we were previously Kettle Black Kitchen, or we still are until we go through this process. So, and we are just remodeling our restaurant and changing the name.
All right. All right, and I will check in with my colleagues here. Ms. Westra.
Why are we doing a new license then? Is ownership changing?
It's a different LLC, it's a whole different LLC.
Oh, I would do it. Okay.
It's Kettle Black, now it's Begonia.
Questions on it? Sorry.
Did you need me to respond to any of that?
We'll have Mr. Verbeek do that.
Okay, okay.
He's real close with his various screens.
One condition, alcohol license is limited to sale for on-premise consumption only.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from the committee? As chair, I have no questions. Alder Figueroa Cole.
Since you're in that record, what was the alcohol versus food sales for the prior restaurant?
For me, they're the same.
No, I'm sorry, ma'am. For the prior, Jim has the data.
Okay.
Thank you.
At time of when the applicant was submitted, or like
No,
the
the
last
prior
renewal?
people. The prior, was this a prior restaurant or not?
This is the same owner that's
Okay,
applying,
so-
yeah, but different LLC.
Oh, I see. Got it. Thank you.
So 21% alcohol, 79 food. Okay. All right, Ms. Westra.
I'm not used to sitting on this side of, let alone in person.
Yes.
So I think being that this is just a new LLC, and I don't believe we've had any concerns with Kettle Black previously, I would just like to move approval with the same conditions that the Kettle Black license had on it.
All right, thank you. Is there a second on that motion?
Second.
Thank you, Alder Glenn. So there's a motion and a second to grant this license to the new LLC Begonia, retaining the condition that was placed on the current business that will now shift on Kettle Black, which would be all sales must remain on premises.
Alcohol license is limited to sale for on-premises
On-premise.
consumption only.
Consumption only. Consumption only. All right. Any further discussion? Any objection to recording a unanimous consent vote? All right. Thank you, Ms. Anderson. That is granted.
Thank you.
Good luck with your new concept.
Thank you.
Okay, we move to item 21, report of the Madison Police Department, recent calls for service. Anything you'd like to call out, Captain Hartman, or any discussion points from committee members? We'll hear from the captain.
Sure. Thank you, Chair. Just a couple things to update everybody on. I did meet with Chris Klein of Taco Bell there on State Street, the Taco Bell Cantina, in discussion of some of the issues that were brought up previously earlier this year, and they are working with MPD. They did have a safety training that was planned with recent events in the downtown area and our staffing. We were not able to hold that meeting, but they do have a new date set. So hopefully they'll be able to provide that training to staff members here soon. In speaking with the Taco Bell Cantina and Chris Klein, and also looking at some of the issues that they had, I think probably something like what Chiba Hut had done in the past or in recent years to curb some of the issues that they were having, they will likely need to put in place. And just one of the things that they have is they are selling alcohol, obviously, but they're an open door to everybody and anyone who wants to come in. And that is where they start to run into issues, especially when we see large juvenile crowds down in the area that are causing disturbances, fights, and doing property damage. It's just an easy place for them to access and stuff. So we will continue to work with them. They have been working with us and have been willing to take any suggestions for us. I do have a meeting with Susan, I believe it's McKinley for CLO for, tomorrow, reference their liquor license and some further discussions with them. I haven't heard any other complaints reference their entertainment issues, and I don't know if Alder Verveer or City Attorney Jennifer Zillavi, if they've heard any other complaints here recently or not, but that's something that we will be discussing as well. And that's pretty much all that I have right now to report on. Any questions?
Very helpful. Ms. Westra has something she'd like to raise.
Just one follow-up. So has Taco Bell gotten any better with the stuff that or are we still having lots of problems there, even with the work that they've been doing?
We are still having lots of problems. And again, it's just that it's a business that's open to anyone and everyone. So when we do see large influxes of juveniles that are down there that are causing fights, it's a venue that they can just all rush and get into easily. We don't see that with our bar establishments because you have bouncers at the door, you have people that are checking, IDing and stuff like that. But some of these businesses that are being run just, more or less like a restaurant that is also selling a little bit of alcohol on the side, they run into these types of issues a little bit more. So they were discussing about having their own security, and then that way they would be able to control the door a little bit better of who is coming in and who isn't or who shouldn't be. And I think that'll help stop a lot of their problems, but I don't believe that they have that in place yet.
Okay, because I know when we discussed this, when we brought them forward in front of us, some of the problems was that they weren't managing the front of the house at all, nor were they managing their outside terrace premises property line, and that we were seeing a lot of problems. And I would have hoped by now we would be seeing improvements versus when we had these discussions, I think back in May with them. So, and that's not on you, it's just me ranting about Taco Bell not doing due diligence at this point.
Yes, and we did discuss the alcohol sales. It sounds like that's very minimal there, just based on their prices and what they actually serve and stuff. But again, it's just a venue that people can easily access, get in and out very fast, and there's no control at the door.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Hartman. I don't see anybody else wanting to engage on this, but appreciate the information as always. All right, item 22, summary of licenses issued. Anything you'd like to raise?
Yeah, so we're at 11 regular license combo, Class B combination licenses available at this point. I can't remember who got the last one, but still quite a bit. I imagine we'll run out at some point before we hit renewals next year, but we still got some. The number of types of licenses on that are not accurate. We're currently having issues with our licensing system had migrated to the cloud, and a lot of our reports aren't talking right now, and so that's one of the reports I can't get to generate. But the number of operators is accurate, but the number of types of establishment licenses, that's not accurate yet. But that's the number I had last month when the report was still working.
Technology.
The cloud, it'll save you money.
All right. Alder Figueroa Cole.
I don't know if this will be the place for that. Maybe we can figure out how to, like, I like to understand, first of all, how do we schedule this meeting of the subcommittee? But it would be nice, maybe in that meeting, to have some kind of presentation updating us on all these new systems that have been implemented. Because I know we were trying to move applications online, we were trying to do all this stuff. And it is good that we're trying to be more accessible, but I don't think people really knows that we're more accessible. So it will be, I think, a presentation of how far we have gotten, and it will be in order to share with us.
I don't have a whole
Please.
lot to report in the online application.
We can have IT to come over for visitors and tell us what they did or they haven't done. I'd be happy with that, because I know there's a lot of changes that have come down the pipe, and there's more coming. So I'm not surprised at all that we're having issues. That's fine. But when that phase happens, it would be great to just present it to the rest of the elders and the public. So, and then again, on that note, I really would like to schedule a subcommittee meeting. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you have to create new members. How does that happen? Someone wants to explain that to me, that'd be great. Don't we have a subcommittee for processes or something?
The operating
Oh, the operating?
subcommittee, I think, is the name of it.
Not the operators.
Operating.
Operating.
Yeah.
How this runs
Yeah,
and
how
how we do it.
this runs in training wheels still. Yes, that one.
I think this might have been something Attorney McReynolds was interested in discussing with us. And she is, as so many folks are right now, God bless them, are taking vacations. So this was one thing.
I mean, is that an ordinance?
Talk to her about when she returns.
I think in the past there's usually been a call to meet, and then there's been a doodle poll that follows to figure out when to meet.
Oh,
and
and
then
here's Attorney Zillivi.
Do we have to name members? Attorney Sullivan?
I was just going to say that I think that was something Amber did want to talk to the committee about. I don't know if it was a specific committee or just how you go about choosing and forming your committee. But that was something that she wanted to discuss.
So can we just add that to the agenda for next month's meeting?
Please, thank you.
So we don't forget.
Do not make me ask you again. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks. All right. We're at the point of adjournment.
Move adjournment.
All right. All right. Moved by our. 23 was something we had on the unanimous consent.
Okay,
agenda
good.
to
I
extend the
missed that. Perfect.
180-day.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I second that.
All right. Motion by Ms. Westra, seconded by Alder Figueroa Cole for adjournment. We are adjourned. Yay. Thank you. Now, where are you guys going for dinner? I was looking at your hungry family over there, feeling bad with all this